Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, today we are going to talk about the Formula Word. Basically, that is basically part seven. Basically, so basically, last basically we just completed the word and the world. In this, basically, that was the topic was basically World Bank. Basically, was telling that you are paying the money that is basically in the form of tax. Basically, to the World Bank. Basically, that's why the India countries, each and every buildings are standing at the straight position. So basically, your government, that is basically central government, are paying the amount, and the central government are paying the amount on the base of that amount only. Basically, whatever amount is getting paid according to the payment, basically according to the subscription done by the Indian government. So basically, that depends upon the how much level the subscription are there basically. So there are basically there assume that there are 10 types of subscription basically. If you are paying this much amount, then you will get this type of data of the power supply. If you are paying this amount, then you will be going to get this type of power supply. So according to that power supply only, basically the each and every buildings are getting standing in the standing position. So basically, it's a subscription basically, you can say, which World Bank has created. And on the basis of subscription basically, which World Bank has created, the Indian government basically purchased the um, subscription, and the subscription are basically assume that it's a 10 types of subscription, and 10 types of subscription are different types of subscription basically. So basically, India assumed that had purchased some subscription of the top in from top 10. Basically, they have purchased a sixth number subscription, and that subscription says that you will be going to get the power supply, that also normal power supply basically, which is actually required to the each and every countries basically. So basically, in this normal power supply basically, your 20 percentage people are going to get disease basically, and rest of 80 percentage will get is going to be get healthy basically. Then basically the World Bank told that if you are going to take this third number subscription, then basically your people will be your 10% of people only going to be get disease basically. Then rest of 90 percentage are not going to get disease basically. So just see the power supply data which World Bank is passing to the each and every countries basically, on the base of the power supply which World Bank is passing. The power supply which World Bank is passing, repeating the word, the power supply which World Bank is passing to the each and every countries, according to on the base of that power supply basically, the basically each and every subscription are purchased basically by the countries, and according to that only the each and every things are getting handled basically. So this was also a little bit about the formula word basically. So here basically on the subscription base, each and every formulas are created, that also you can say basically. For example, India is purchasing third number formula, third number of subscription, then the formula of the each and every project, each and every cities basically formula, power supply formula basically, that are going to change. And according to that formula basically, each and every task supply also is going to affect basically. So each and every task supply is going to be effective. So this basically connect to the water flow diagram and agile formula basically. This also you can say basically, sometime basically country purchase long term subscription basically, so that contains into water flow diagram. Sometime country don't purchase the long term subscription, so that basically contains into agile basically formula. So now basically here basically the another topic basically we are going to discuss is, so assume that World Bank is telling that this many amount is one. For example, if you are taking subscription three basically, then basically you have to pay 2 lakh crore amount, 2 lakh crore rupees amount in the, you have to deposit 2 lakh crore rupees in the World Bank basically. So according to that 2 lakh crore rupees, you are going to get the services basically. And in top in fifth number subscription basically, sixth number subscription basically, and fifth number subscription, they told that you have to pay around $70,000, 70,000 crore rupees, and in 70,000 crore rupees, you are going to get this type of all the services and this type of power supply data in the city, and each and every cities in the state basically, in the countries basically. So according to the subscription which World Bank is allowing you, and you are selecting the subscription according to, on the base of the subscription, World Bank is telling them you are going to get this type of power supply data, and according to the power supply data only the each and every cities works basically, and according to the energy data basically which are getting passed. to the power to the cities. Basically, according to that only, the basically each and every kind of cities, each and every buildings are standing, each and every things are getting handled. Basically, that also you can say. I have taken one example of the 10% this is going to generate and 30% this is going to generate on the basis of subscription. Basically, that happens. So, and the subscription are basically created by the World Bank. That is basically, so. For example, World Bank has created 10 types of subscription on the, and basically on the base of 10 types of subscription, which is basically created by the World Bank on the base of the each and every country's data, and the country's data has basically set it into certain formulas, and on the base of such certain for that formulas, basically each and every 10 subscription are created. So basically this is about the subscription of the World Bank is allowing you to purchase the subscription in the countries. So basically government of the India is going to purchase this subscription, then basically they are going to get this benefit. If they are going to purchase that subscription, then basically they are going to get this power supply data. Now basically we are going to discuss about that. Basically we have already discussed basically total expense, basically which is going to get happen in the on the base of the subscription which government takes, basically so takes from the World Bank, basically. And World Bank has created this each and every subscription on the base of world level power supply, which are there, basically world level creation, basically you can say is India country creation. So it is a India power supply. If it's a Singapore city, Singapore country, then basically it's a Singapore power supply. So basically India sometimes is getting the power supply from the Singapore also, because that based on the powers. So basically each and every country basically creates that type of buildings, that type of energy data, basically which are going. For example, uh, if you are going to purchase the uh, subscription of the uh, London country, then basically your city is going to get a cold wave, basically you can say. If you are going to purchase the subscription of the UAE country, then basically you are going to get hot waves, basically from the hot power supply, basically you can say, from the certain countries, basically. So that depends upon the country's creation, basically which type of buildings they have created, which type of water supply they are getting, which type of foods they are eating, which type of power supply they are getting. According to that, basically each and every subscription are created by the World Bank. And for in this, basically World Bank has created total 10 subscription, basically. And on the base of 10 subscription, India is purchasing the subscription. On the base of subscription, the World Bank is telling that you have purchased this subscription. And the base of that subscription which India has purchased, and then in India, basically Indian government has purchased the subscription. And on the base of that subscription only, you are getting the power supply data, and other data are getting effect on the base of that power supply data, which is getting passed by the World Bank. So now basically we are going to discuss about one more important topic, basically that are basically power supply is getting passed from the basically World Bank. Then basically if I say that each and every building which they are getting the disease, basically you can say that is basically bimari, disease, basically health connected issues, basically what they are getting issues, basically that are on the base of this power supply data only. Reason, basically each and every cities, each and every buildings are getting power supply near around the buildings, basically. For example, this building is of 10 floor, basically near few meters, for example 500 meters, basically the power supply group has setted the environment. And on the base of that environment only, each and every people are getting the health effect, basically. So health effect of the each and every buildings are also connected with this power supply data only. So basically you can say, basically uh, the corona disease, basically which you are getting currently, that is also connected with this only. So lots of people will say that we are doing each and everything, basically each and every things we are doing. We have created the medicine, we have created this, we have created that, we have changed each and every human needs, which have finished each and which we have changed the water supply data also, we have changed the food supply data also, we have changed the computer supply data also, mm, we have changed the vehicle data also, we have changed the oil data also, we have changed the petrol data also, we have changed each and every data which basically human needs are getting used. So then also basically sometime basically the powers sometime basically it gets problem. So basically this is also one of the change, basically which basically each and every countries will might basically might have done this basically, because if the normal person can think up to this level, then basically World Bank and each and every things, people are basically passing the data. So basically they know each and everything, basically they are passing the data up to this level basically, and the data is getting passed, and the power supply is getting created in each and every buildings basically. So each and every buildings are standing, each and every buildings health supply is connected with this power supply, which is passed by the World Bank, and the World Bank is telling that you are getting the power supply on the base of the subscription your Indian government has taken. So this is basically about the formula basically, part uh, 7 basically. In next part basically we are going to discuss something more about the formula.